Hi, today is May 7th, 2009, and I'm going to show how the new Becon box works. First of all, turning it on is very similar to the way it worked before. You turn on the little red switch on the side to a 1, and then you hold the red button down till the little green light on the top comes on, and then that little green light starts flashing. So all these instructions are on the back of the Becon box as usual. Now what's changed is that two things. One is on the front of the Becon box I've put a shaper and extender, and so I'll take this piece off here. With the little shaper you can see the camera picks up the infrared transmitter, so you can see that flashing on and off, but it's shaped like a little slit on the front of it. And then there's a little extender here that if you have a very long range, you might want to make the Becon narrower, and then you'd pull it out like that. And if for short range on the Becon, you might want to pull it in like this. The other thing that's been done on the transmitter is that there's a range adjustment here. So let's see if we can get the light flashing in here. So I'm going to turn up the beam, and the beam is getting more and more intense. And so this is the maximum range. In a dark room I'm able to get about 73 meters of range on this. But you can see, if you make this longer, get a narrower beam. So we're looking right down the pipe of the beam at this point. And then we'll turn it down. So it's a lot weaker here. So here it is at a maximum. And so there's a different type of beam extender on the side, and the reason I put two different kinds on here is to just test out and see which one works the best. So this one is just a straight pipe, totally round, and see, this is at maximum intensity here, and then I'm going to reduce the intensity here so the beam gets a little weaker, and turn it back up to maximum intensity again. The other thing that's different from the old one is that there are a set of levels on the top. So these are just bubble levels, both for tilt right and left and tilt forward and backwards. So it helps you get the box level with the ground. Regardless, whenever the Becon is on site, it's going to have to require a little bit of setup, and I'll upload a document that explains the Becon box setup when it's used to actually run the robot, because it's going to vary from site to site. And I've noticed that the sensitivity on the receiver can be affected by the amount of ambient light, but only in extreme situations like outside when it's a very, very sunny day. I think normal indoor settings are going to have very little effect. The indoor settings are going to have very little effect with the ambient light. So, but anyway, so the new adjustments are the intensity and then the beam shaper. And there are two different types of beam shapers. The one in the front has a slit and an extender on it, and the one on the side just has the straight pipe on it. So anyway, that's it, and I'll upload the documentation as well. Thank you.